Hello, welcome to my latest Toolbox talk, and this one is going to be about the VinFast scandal that's been sort of bubbling away and disappeared a bit. For this particular video, I'm attempting a script, so let's just see how far we go. Hello and welcome to today's special edition of Tank Talk. Today we're diving deep into an interesting comparison between two automotive disasters from very different eras. The rise and struggles of VinFast, a rising star in the electric vehicle world, and Ralph Nader's landmark examination of the Ford Pinto. One is a modern-day example of ambition clashing with reality. The other is a historical case study of corporate negligence, yet when we break them down, there are undeniable parallels. Let's take a closer look. First, let's talk about VinFast. Founded in 2017, VinFast burst onto the scene with bold ambitions. A subsidiary of the Vin Group conglomerate in Vietnam, VinFast set out to disrupt the global automotive industry by becoming a key player in electric vehicles. By 2021, they were already showcasing electric cars at major international auto shows, and their founder, Pham Nhat Vuong, proclaimed a vision of global automotive dominance. It was an audacious dream, but as we're learning now, the road to success is not always paved in electric dreams. VinFast initially struck a deal with global suppliers and manufacturers like BMW, and their vehicles looked sleek and impressive. But as time went on, the company's ambitious projections began to hit some serious bumps in the road. Whether it's overpromising and under-delivering on production timelines or struggling with quality control, VinFast's journey seemed to be full of hiccups. And this is where the comparison that I'm going to make today with the Ford Pinto starts to make sense. Let's rewind to the early 70s and look at Ford's Pinto. The Pinto was supposed to be an affordable compact car that would cater to the growing demand for smaller, more fuel-efficient vehicles in the United States. It was marketed as a solution for the gas crisis, or petrol as we call it in the UK. Ford pushed the Pinto hard, wanting it to be a huge commercial success, but the car had a critical flaw. A fuel tank that was prone to exploding in the event of a rear-end collision. Enter Ralph Nader, the consumer advocate and attorney who would change the course of automotive history. Nader's 1965 book, Unsafe at Any Speed, had already brought attention to the safety shortcomings of many vehicles on the road. But with the Pinto, Nader's efforts were more than just a critique. They were a full-on investigation into corporate malfeasance. His examination revealed that Ford, in an attempt to save costs, had knowingly designed the Pinto with a dangerously positioned fuel tank. Despite being aware of the risks, Ford chose not to make crucial safety modifications, which would have cost them just a few extra dollars per car. Now let's think about this in a modern context. VinFast, much like Ford in the 1970s, was pushing to ramp up production to meet its goals and prove it could be a global player in a highly competitive industry. However, in their case, the issue is less about safety and more about quality control, customer satisfaction and sustainability in the long run. Take VinFast's struggles with recalls and early-stage quality control problems, for example. While these issues might not cause the same catastrophic safety problems as the Pinto's exploding fuel tanks, there's still a worrying disregard for the long-term viability of their product. Their first few models were plagued with electrical and software failures, not unlike how the Pinto was rushed into the market with structural flaws. Just like Ford was trying to cut corners for the sake of profits and timelines, VinFast appears to have followed a similar pattern. Their desire to be competitive on the global stage led to a rapid production, but they may have neglected the critical steps of refining their vehicles, ensuring top-notch safety and reliability, and paying attention to feedback from real-world drivers. And when the Pinto's design flaws were exposed, it was a devastating blow to Ford's reputation. The automaker's attempt to save money by ignoring safety standards backfired, and not only did it cost lives, but it also resulted in massive public backlash and years of litigation. Ford faced a major consumer revolt as people realised they'd been sold an unsafe product for years. Fast forward to today and we see similar dynamics playing out with VinFast's rapid push for global expansion. The company's goal is to disrupt and expand quickly. but at what cost? Their entry into the US market has faced criticisms not just from consumers, but also from industry insiders who say they are pushing too quickly without addressing core product weaknesses. Ralph Nader's investigation into the Pinto was a turning point in American automotive history. It spurred regulatory changes, better safety standards, and a shift in how the public perceived car manufacturers. Nader's work also made clear the responsibility of companies to put consumer safety and product reliability over profit. Well, I don't think that's quite happened yet. Which brings us back to VinFast. Will we see a similar shift in how the public perceives this ambitious automaker? Will their current struggles with quality control and recalls force them to rethink their approach, or will they just suffer the same fate as Ford did in the 1970s, a fate of tarnished reputation, legal challenges, and a loss of consumer trust? Now, I'm not suggesting that VinFast is committing the same level of corporate negligence as Ford did with the Pinto, but it's clear that there are important lessons to be learned here. In both cases, the push for profits and market share clouded the importance of product integrity. Whether it's failing to properly test for safety or cutting corners in production, rushing to market can backfire in ways that are not immediately obvious, but can lead to long-term damage. What happens next for VinFast? Will they follow the trajectory of Ford and emerge stronger from their mistakes, like so many companies before them? Or will they fade into the background, a cautionary tale for other automakers entering new markets without fully understanding the responsibilities that come with such a rapid rise? Only time will tell. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be keeping a close eye on VinFast's journey as they continue to battle through their growing pains. And of course, we'll never forget the lessons of the Pinto, the dangers of neglecting consumer safety for the sake of profits. If you've got this far in the video, thanks so much for watching and bearing with my early efforts with the script. I used ChatGPT to create this one, as I've still got one loyal viewer. But it's always I think it's fascinating to try these new tools and see how it goes. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you thought of how the script came out. Tell me if I've missed anything, and tell me anything you'd like me to investigate in the future. Thanks again. Bye for now.